Alright. Ons is levendig. Levendig.
Baby, can't hold me.
Salute, salute, salute.
We'll get better soon. You get in the hot bath now, it will help with the pain.
I need a new catchphrase that you catch on quick too.
A catchphrase?
Because I don't think she caught the salute.
Okay,
Oh.
we are
Must think of something.
live. We are
Let's
live.
see.
We are live. We are live. Alright.
It's two people joined. Luigi's there. Hi, Luigi.
Yeah, I'm just sharing with a couple of people.
How are you, brother Luigi? Where's Sister Kelsey?
Let me see. Copy link.
We want to hear from brother Luigi. Brother Luigi is very quiet. Brother Luigi is good. I was going to say now we have to check. Where's Brother Mario? Trying to see who are the people that's joining. More people are coming up. More people are coming up. So far we only have 3 people. We're waiting for more people to come up.
Great stuff.
Katie. What Katie is that? Katie joined. Sister Kelsey will join soon. Yeah, I know Sister Kelsey is in another meeting with other sisters from Toastmasters.
Alright.
Brothers and sisters from Toastmasters. Waiting for more people to join. Waiting for more people. We only two viewers right now. Waiting for more people to join. We will start as soon as we have more people.
Alrighty.
Maybe Pastor Marco can tell us a joke. He most likes to tell jokes.
I don't.
You like jokes?
I don't feel anything is funny.
So today, Brother Luigi, let me tell you this joke while you're still on. We're waiting for the other people, right? So we pick up the kids from school. So Pastor Marco says, let's go get ice cream. Okay, maybe it's not a joke. So we go and get ice cream. We get to the place that they give, where they're now getting us ice cream. And I've never heard someone speak so loud. What do you want? Okay, 1 sugar cone, 2 sugar cone, 1 normal cone, one ice cream cup, but loud. I didn't know what to do. I'm like, okay, I don't know what happened there. So that was like such a Caleb moment. Such a Caleb moment. Then I go with Caleb. We're still waiting for more people to join.
Yeah.
Then I go with Caleb to Spa, and Caleb wanted noodles because he likes the noodles, the Durban, is it the Durban curry, I think. Caitlin obviously takes her Korean noodles, and he's arguing with us there at the cashier. The cashier stops. She says to him, "That is not nice. You don't speak to women like that. You're embarrassing them. Everybody doesn't have to hear how much her noodles were versus your noodles." And I'm thinking, okay, marriage matters. I almost invited her, but then I thought, no, let me stop. But yeah, that was our activity for the day. Ice cream guy and a spa guy that speaks very, 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 very loud. Anyway, Caleb is healing well as we're waiting. Oh, there's more people. Okay, I was having a conversation with Luigi because there were so many people that now joined. I didn't realize because it was only Luigi that was on. So yeah, everyone, Caleb is doing well. It's just when he takes off the boot. He says now he's dying. When he takes off the boot, then the pain is unbearable. So the boot really, really helps. Obviously, when he has to clean himself, he has to take off the boot and he has to take, what's that thing that he's wearing? To support the foot. What is that
The
thing
moon
called?
boot.
Not the moon boot. He's got another thing that I put on for him. What is that thing that goes over your foot and then we put a sock on and then we put your foot in the moon boot? I can't remember what it's called. So it's a thing, man. It's like, I think Luigi, you told Caleb to get that thing. So he's now wearing that and he's wearing the moon boot. But, sorry, the pain, he says the pain is unbearable. Yes, a compression sock. I think is it a compression sock? I'm not sure what it's called. But if he didn't have the moon boot, he said he wouldn't have been able to go to school. That's how bad the pain is. And then he was practicing his lines with crutches because he wants to use it against the girls. Hello, Kelsey. Okay, I think we have enough people now. We can start. We can start. Can you speak to the people so long? I just want to get some boiling water.
No, I
My
don't know what to
voice.
say when you're not here.
No, man, you know what to say. Jy gaan weer die hele alles praat.
I don't like talking when you're not
Oh
here.
my word.
Pisa likes to leave me alone, guys. This is every day she just does this. Anyway. Alright. What do you guys want to talk about? Okay. Alright. Okay. What is this podcast about, guys? Noodles. Okay. Do you guys want to come on tonight? "3 a.m. prayers." Yeah, we pray in tongues. But let me not talk a lot about that. Because we're on live. Alright, let me... I think I'm tired of talking about marriage, you know that.
We could have prayed in tongues already. Pray for the people.
I mean, I think I'm not tired of talking about marriage all the time.
In times.
I'm preparing messages on marriage. It's a lot, man.
Okay.
But it's good.
So you guys know that the marriage seminar is starting tomorrow. Tomorrow evening we're starting.
Is it tomorrow? Must I be there?
Unless you want Caleb to stand in for you.
Okay.
Why would you not want to be there?
No, I'm coming.
Okay. So for people who may not know who have joined, if you are looking for a place to be at tomorrow night at 7, please note that our marriage seminar is happening tomorrow night. It's 3 days. It's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We will be finishing it. And it would be nice to have you guys there. So please, please, please come and join us. Very, very important. Speak to Pastor Mandy in the chat group. If there is details that you need, it's 150 for a single person. So single people are allowed, and then it's 300 Rand for couples. It would be very, very nice to have you there. If you have not registered as yet, please do let us know. Pastor Marco's going to be speaking hot stuff tomorrow.
Hopefully not just speaking.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Let's talk about tonight. What are we doing? This is that we started off 4 weeks ago, and we said that we would give you guys an overview or an introduction to what we do in marriage, premarital counseling. And we are almost at the end. There's only one heading left out of 4 sessions. We've covered almost everything. In every session, we have 3 topics. Last week, we covered almost everything except one topic, which we're going to cover tonight. And that topic is about extramarital relationships. Now, what does that not mean? That doesn't mean that you can have extra relationships. It's extramarital, means outside of your marriage, not
Inappropriate.
Yeah. No, it's not inappropriate. It just means it's extra relationships.
Is that appropriate or is it inappropriate?
To have extra relationships.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought it was okay.
I don't know. I'm asking you. Is it a
Eh,
good thing? Is it a
doubting
bad
now.
thing? Is it something that is a warning sign,
Alvina
What is
wants to
it?
know about emotional affairs.
including emotional affairs? Sure. Alvina's going deep.
Yeah, we must talk about this. Okay. Don't put up your hand, ne? No confession. I want nobody confessing nothing. But have you ever had an affair? Please, guys, do not put up your hand. Do not say yes.
You won't get an A for that question.
I'm going to delete your comment. Have you ever thought about it? No, Pastor, I'm a Christian. No, brother, Christians do it. The Christians do it. But why? An affair. It's like when you
Je gaan weer nonsens praat. Ooh. Okay, sorry.
it's like when you're going someplace in the car and you're driving and
To a
then
fair. I knew you were going to say that.
and then you're going to a fair.
I knew you were going to say that.
That's a fair. You have lots of fun.
At the fun fair.
Yeah, it's a fair. It's almost like Gold Reef City, but different. All right. Hey, guys, we must repent if we had affairs, ne? Did you repent? Not yet. It's okay. Don't worry. If you're sitting with your husband or your wife right now, don't put a guilty look on your face. Just keep typing.
Yeah, just remain neutral in your face.
Talk iets
The
daar
way
in die
talking.
comments. Alright, but let me get serious, man. I'm joking. We need to affair-proof our marriages. Affair-proof. Affair-proof. Guys, there are things we need to put in place to protect our marriages, and this is what we speak about in premarital counseling. Now, why do it in premarital counseling? Because the thing is that when we're doing premarital counseling, the people are in love, they're not thinking of those things. Now, here we come and we say, guys, you mustn't have an affair. And they're looking at one another. But, Pastor, we haven't even been on honeymoon yet. Why you want to talk about an affair? The thing is that premarital counseling is there for it's to prepare you for your entire marriage, the duration of your marriage, which is forever. And the problem is that these things rear their heads. The temptations are always going to be there. I mean, imagine you look like me. Of course, everybody's going to be into
You're
this.
using Nivea and what do you wear? What do you use on your hair?
Can we just, you know what? I want to be serious. Can we just be serious here for a moment to keep.
I'm very serious. I'm just asking questions.
All right. But the reality is these things happen, right? And when I say these things happen, I'm not talking about the actual affair only. I'm talking about the temptation to do it. Thank you, Luigi, because I could see you.
Kelsey was about to hit someone. I'm so glad you stopped, Navia.
Yeah, because I could see you were getting too good looking. But that's part of the. But anyway, serious stuff. How can you prevent having an affair? Because you know what, things happen. Things, you in a low time in your marriage, and
You love each other, but you don't like each other.
guys, can I tell you something? You know what is a breeding ground for affairs? Work. The workplace. That's why you must be glad you're working from home.
I was gonna say, don't look at the. Don't look at the.
Working from home is God.
It's a blessing.
It's God, I'm telling you. Can I tell you about the workplace? Die hele jaar, you're busy there flirting, doing the eyes thing.
House. What?
House.
Work wife and work husband.
Yeah, you got a housewife and a work wife.
Yeah.
Now, you know what happens at the December party? That die hele jaar se flirting. Alright, guys, that's what happens. And that messes up an entire marriage. So be very careful with that workplace flirting. Because, look, the reality is in the workplace, you are working with people who they're from similar backgrounds to you in some cases, similar financial background, financial standing. They have similar interests to you sometimes. And when you go to work, you dress up and you look a little nice and you got your favorite everything on and your best makeup and
Smells.
you got your best smell. When you come home, you put on a doek,
A voorskoot.
you smell like children,
Curry.
you smell like curry.
Put on slippers.
So when you're at home, your wife smells like food, and at work your colleague smells like what perfumes? Anyway, whatever.
Be delicious.
Your wife smells like perfumes. I mean, your colleague smells like perfumes and your wife smells like chicken curry. Are you getting a real message here? You're getting a real message. And now it messes with you. It starts messing with you because, you see, your work colleague doesn't know you. And now your work colleague is treating you like a king or a queen, whichever. And your wife is nar with you for all the stuff that has happened. Your husband's nar for all the stuff that has happened. Isimiyake.
Good call.
And here's the thing. Your colleague is treating you so well, and now you're starting to say things like, my wife doesn't understand me, but you do.
You get me.
Hy vrou ken niks van jou. Jy dink sy verstaan. Sy verstaan niks. That guy understands nothing about you. He just knows you smell lekker. That's what he understands. They don't know nothing. And they will agree with anything you say because they're also looking for a slice of what?
A slice of you.
I was going to say pie.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So here is the reality of what it is. And then we develop these flirtatious relationships in the workplace. And it feels innocent, ne? I mean, it's just slutting a compliment and you saying thank you. Stop saying thank you. When you know his intention is not right. And he's eating the compliments and you also just blushing. I mean, why are you blushing?
And then how does the laugh go?
Why? Hou op. Julle moet opbou. Leave, you know what? Don't entertain that thing. It's never innocent. It's never innocent. So be careful because the whole year you got defenses because you're at your senses. You know how it is in December, everybody sluts a beer or two. You didn't drink the whole year. Now you go to the work party, you slut a beer. Okay, nobody here. But other people, they...
Only drink water.
Then after the beer, the defenses are gone. And now you're dealing with a
Sister
permanent impact. And that is dangerous, guys. It's really not worth it. So be very, very careful. Be very, very careful with these things. So we're going to give you some thoughts on how to stay clear of these kind of issues and these kind of problems that can really wreck your marriage. Affairs will wreck your marriage. It's something that it's better not to find out how difficult it is to get over an affair, that betrayal, and then staying together for the sake of the children.
Yeah.
It's better not to find out what that level of betrayal is like. That somebody who committed their life to you betrays you like that, behind your back. All right. So it's something that you really need to think about. And the reason you need to think about it is because you already need to decide that you're going to say no. No matter what. When things are good, you will say no. When things are bad, you will say no. You will always say no. It's important to make that decision now. Do you want to... I want to say one thing and then I want you to go into some of the suggestions. You know, I often tell the story of one of the pastors who lectured me in Bible school. He always said that he never parks his car even in a place, even close to someone's home where people can ask questions about why were you there. He never has a woman in his car, alone in his car, where people can ask, why are you driving around with that person and that person and that person? And then there was one famous preacher, I don't remember who it was, I think it was Benny Hinn, who said that his office has glass walls, so that people can always see in. And they can, even though they can't hear, they can look in and see. So that you can never be accused. Because people will accuse you of things you never did. Um, okay, just decline that. Now, and then I think Pastor Collar told you guys a story about how he does counseling. Maybe just tell the people quickly about that.
So when I was in Bible school at Rhema, our dean at the time was sharing with us what he has to do because not unfortunately, but he counsels, or a lot of women would come to him to counsel them. And what he did is he made sure that especially when a woman comes into his office, his assistant was notified. She had to come into the office like every 2 minutes, whether she's bringing him water, whatever. That was the agreement. And the other thing that he also did is he tried to leave his door open, because it's not just about the fact that people are guilty. Sometimes, as Pastor Marco says, people do get accused. And also, one of the things I think we need to realize as people is that we are human beings. And the Bible does say that we must resist the devil and he will flee. And that is an important thing, because it is always the ones that say it's never going to happen to me. I am that strong person. I don't think. As soon as you get to the point of saying, I'm not like that, pride has entered your heart and you think that you are operating on your own strength. We can never say that I'm not like that. It's never going to happen to me. We all live by the grace of God. And we need to be realistic with the fact that you need to bulletproof your marriage with certain things. So as soon as people get to a point of, no, me, I'm like this, I'm such a Christian, and you can't get, what was his name that we used to follow, the healing guy, when we stayed in Sunninghill? What was that guy's name? There was a guy with the tattoos.
Oh, Todd Bentley.
Todd Bentley. He ran a revival, and I mean, that man was doing miraculous things. And he ended up, was it his assistant or something like that?
Yeah, one of the other
people
prophets,
that were in the ministry with him.
It was 2 prophets, they were prophesying
And then
to each other.
They ended up together, and he left his wife. And yes, there's always restoration, but it's as Pastor Marco said earlier, there are children involved. You've got a happy marriage. Why entertain things? And if you can get away from it, then try and get away from it. But never be that person that says it will never happen to me, because those are the people that pushes the boundaries. They want to show everybody how strong they are. So never be that person that says that, because those are the men and the women over the years that have fallen, because me, I'm not like that.
I want to tell you guys a story. I also went to Rhema Muslim. Anyway.
Dr. Thingy.
Yeah, I did a counseling course at Rhema, and there was a psychologist there, Dr. Mark Stonestreet. Now, Dr. Mark specialized in counseling pastors. He specialized in counseling pastors. Now, here's the thing. There were many, well, when he said many, it sounded like many pastors that he was counseling because they had fallen into sexual sin. It was an uncomfortable kind of conversation where he was telling us, and it sounded like there was a lot. But when he interviewed them and he spoke to them, he says, guys, there's one thing all of them had in common. One thing. All those pastors had one thing in common. They all said, I thought it would never happen to me.
Yeah.
Guys, the reality is that only God keeps us safe.
Yeah.
We can never be so overconfident in our ability to stay pure that we forget and neglect that it is God who takes care of us. And it's so important
Our dependence on Him.
to be submissive to Him and to make sure that He is the one who is keeping us, who is keeping us on this straight and narrow road. Because in our own strength, we are never going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Never ever. Even us who say, me, factually, one can say, I've never done it. I mean, you can say factually, it has never occurred. I've never done it. But if you're going to say it will never happen to me because I'm so pure and I'm so holy,
Righteous.
you are already in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and it's not a matter of open up yourself to the fact that it could happen to you. That's not my point. My point is accept the reality that only God can keep you pure.
Yeah.
Only God can keep you pure.
And I think what you were saying about open up yourself to the fact that only God can keep you pure, it brings us to the point of those who understand that they are not perfect are the people we can teach these things about, ways to avoid affairs.
Yes.
The people who says, I am not like that. It's not in my DNA. It's never happened in my family. I don't have that kind of thing. Those are the kind of people that are bound to fall into trouble and to fall into that kind of sin. Because they are the people that's going to say, but you can't teach me anything. I'm strong enough. I am self-made. And I've seen how I've done it.
Yeah.
So the people who are saying that, tell me more, how do I do this? I'm not going to be someone that is, what's the word I'm looking for? Someone that is going to be superstitious about these kind of things. But I'm going to be real about the fact that the enemy actually, people are around and there's temptation, and sometimes people are sent specifically to you. And how do you handle that?
Now let's talk about at what point have you had an affair? All right, let's talk about at what point have you had an affair? Now, I want to say something which I'll talk in circles and you'll find your way, right? I feel, from my point of view, my opinion is as follows. That you cannot limit having an affair to only a physical, intimate act. Right?
Yeah.
Because, let me be blunt with you. Let me be blunt. Sometimes the physical, intimate act is the least intimate thing that you do.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes that act is literally the meaningless thing that you can do with somebody. It is possible.
Yeah. Cold.
It's cold.
It can be, yeah.
Now, where does the problem come in? That is a problem. Make no mistake, I'm not downplaying that is a major problem. But it's that Alvina spoke about in the beginning,
Yeah.
that emotional affairs,
Yeah.
where you're literally falling in love with someone else at work, wherever else you are, wherever you go, and you're neglecting your marriage relationship because of this person and how that relationship is going. That's enough adultery.
That song that says, what does it say? Your body's here with me, but your mind is on the other side of town. That person actually knew when they wrote that song what they were saying, because that's a deep emotional cheat. Because when your partner, your husband, your spouse, when your spouse is not present, you feel it. You know, when you are so intertwined with each other, where you feel the person, and you can also feel when they're not present, when they're with you. So that is actually warning signs of something that must be cut off, because that could potentially lead to something else. You need to make sure that you are connected emotionally. You know, yes, spiritually, yes, bodily, in all of those ways, but emotionally, you need to also be connected to your spouse. You need to feel them. You know, a couple of years ago when Pastor Marco and I were dating, I'll never forget this situation where Pastor Marco's friend actually picked me up from home, and then I was supposed to meet Pastor Marco in Sandton, and then we went there and we went to a bookshop, and as I entered into the shop, he said to me, I knew exactly when you entered. And you know, when you feel someone's presence, that is emotional connection. And when that kind of thing is destroyed, where you can't feel the person, you know the person is in the house, even if you don't see them, you feel them. And that kind of connection is a very deep connection. So when you give that to someone at work, or you give it to someone at wherever that is not your spouse, you are cheating.
You know, Jesus, he said it this way. He said, it has been said, do not commit adultery, do not commit fornication. But I say that you even look with lust. You've done it.
Yeah.
So don't wait for it must happen. It already happened. You've already committed adultery. You've already committed.
Yeah.
That's dangerous. Guys, that is so dangerous.
And that's really where it starts, because now you go to your workplace and you start sharing the things that bothers you with another male or another female, or let's say the opposite sex. Why do they know more about your burdens and the things that you are struggling with than what your husband or your wife knows?
Yeah. Let's put it this way. I'm gonna add on to what Pastor Cindy said and just say it in a different way. Never put your spouse in a position where if they come to your workplace, the people around there know a lot more about her than they should.
I agree. Yeah.
They're looking at her thinking, is this the wife who doesn't? Is this the wife who said? Is this the wife you mentioned? Is this the wife who... Hulle is meer kwaad as wat jy is. You forgot you told them.
Yeah. She became a community newsletter.
Don't share details about your marriage, especially the problems in your marriage. Especially don't share it with members of the opposite sex. If you tell your guy friend, it's one thing. If you're a guy and you tell your guy friend, that's already a problem. But if you're a guy and you go tell your female friend about your wife and what you're not happy with, hold up.
You know,
Don't do it.
There's one thing that Pastor Marco touched on now that is so important also. You know, there's this scenario and this thing, but what if my best friend is of the opposite sex? Then what do? I share everything with him. We've been close since that. Please stop it. You see, the thing is that you can have friends, but when the bond is stronger than your spouse's bond, you're already in danger. Why do you want that kind of intimate connection with someone that's not your spouse? No wonder your wife or your husband is upset every time your friend comes there, because your friend knows more about them. And I'm talking now also, Pastor Marco did speak about same-sex friends, but if it's opposite sex, it makes it even worse. Why do they know more about your spouse or about you than what your spouse does. It's not fair that they should know things. It's not fair that they should know things that you are not even ready to share with your spouse. And if you are that kind of person that feels like, I just don't want to share with my spouse, if you don't want to work through the stuff, then don't make it worse by taking it to someone else, because you are setting yourself up for something that will destroy you. You are setting yourself up for something that can take away something that you have built for years. You may be upset with your husband, maybe you're upset with your wife, maybe the communication is not the way it should be. Maybe you don't want to change the communication, maybe you want to leave it as is and you're not willing to work on it. But then don't take it to someone else, because you have chosen not to work on the communication.
You know, the Bible says that we must resist sin, right? You know that. There's always references in the Bible. You must resist the sin and all that kind of thing. But when it comes to sexual temptation, there's no resisting. The Bible says you must run.
Yeah.
Flee youthful lust. Flee. Joseph ran away. Paul told Timothy, run away. Don't still try to resist it. No, we'll just touch fingers. We'll just let our hands touch.
Feel the vibe, the energy.
Hey, don't do it. Bly weg, bly weg. You'll get yourself. Avoid those type of relationships. You know what? Rather go find a 90-year-old granny
That can impart into you wisdom.
and go make her your friend. You can touch hands. But leave the young girls with the tight skirts.
Yeah. You know where these kind of things start.
No, I don't actually. Please tell
You
us.
know, it's like, so you go to okay, let me create a scenario. So there's something at, maybe you go to the canteen, and you know that this lady or this guy flirts with you all the time. Go buy food somewhere else. Why are you going to the canteen again? You go to places where you have seen the first time you went there was already a sign that what this person did or how they acted around you was not right. You know when people are inappropriate with you. You know when people are flirting with you and stuff like that. So why go back there? You need to avoid. You need to get away from those kind of scenarios and not say, it's going to be okay, nothing is going to happen. That's where it starts. It starts with that little bits of, oh no, I'm going to be okay. It's not such a big deal. Then you go again and you go again and you go again. And then later on, all your defenses are broken down and now suddenly you are smiling and you are flirting back. And that is really where problems start. You know, Pastor Marco spoke about this earlier when he spoke about the workplace. And I remember when I was in corporate still, you know, when it comes to the work, with the work parties and stuff, you know, you are the only person that thinks that nobody knows what's happening. The yellow community, everybody, they can see the vibes that's going on. Everybody already knows what's going to happen. People are getting popcorn and they are getting slushies and stuff to watch what's going to happen at the work party because they've already seen the vibes that's happening. So if other people who are outside with Astros, so if other people who are outsiders can identify that thing among two individuals, come on. You can't tell me that you are so oblivious to the fact that you didn't see what was going on. The whole community knows, but you will come and say, I didn't know. You knew because you saw how that person was around you. And I think that is where things start. When you know that someone is acting inappropriate around you. You know, if I can just give you guys just something. You know, as a woman, as a female pastor, one of the things, Pastor Mark and I work together, obviously, but we try not to have that too much of not being there when the other one is speaking to the opposite sex, because you have to be careful of those things. If a guy in the church sends me something that I feel is very personal, I immediately bring Pastor Marco in, because for me there's already barriers there. I already feel that something is not right. Like as a woman, I'm already uncomfortable. You should be speaking to the male pastor. So things like that, because you know, we had a friend who once spoke to us, and this person said to me, or shared with Pastor Mark and I, that they went to this conference and they were praying for the people. Then they went into the prayer room because this woman was crying and she needed prayer and all of that. Closing the eyes, praying for the woman, just to come and find the woman is stroking the hand. You have to be so careful with everything. Now, you can't say that it wasn't obvious she was stroking your hand. Now you go to that same church again, the same, okay, this didn't happen. I'm creating a scenario, I'm adding on. Now you go to the same church, you see that woman again, she wants prayer. You go into the same room again, but you know what happened. You can't do that. You know when someone is being inappropriate with you. You know when something is becoming too personal already, but you are continuing in that vein, and that gets you into trouble.
Okay, I'm going to tell a story of something that really happened. I'm not making it up. I was working on a project, okay? And on this project, I got to meet someone who was also working on the same initiative. And now the person is asking a lot of advice, a lot of input, a female asking a lot of advice and a lot of input, and like a little too many questions, man. Like, so my phoning and no, can you explain this to me? And I'm wondering, how do you not know these things? I mean, this is like your job, you know? And then I started getting uncomfortable. And the more I engage with this person, I was thinking something is not right. But I'm going to tell you something, and this is for the boys. There's nothing like a woman's intuition. And because PC wasn't involved in this whole thing, because it was something that I was working on, I invited a trusted female friend of mine to a meeting. And I said to her, you know what? Just come and sit in this meeting and observe something for me. And I told her exactly how I felt and why I'm uncomfortable. And because, also don't want to feel yourself, a soek my. I don't want to have that vibes.
Or you say so and they say, what's wrong with you? No, it's not so.
Exactly. So I wasn't going to say anything. And then I took this friend of mine with me, and we went through the meeting. It was 1 2 hour whatever meeting. And after the meeting, I went back to her and I said, listen, now I've told you about this. You were in the meeting. What do you feel? Marco, stay away. That was enough. I didn't need a long story. I did not need a long story. The thing is, sometimes we as men, we don't see it. We really just don't see it. And listen, boys, let me tell you boys something. If your wife is uncomfortable with any woman, don't think she's jealous. Because we as men, we seldom see these things. Yeah? Very seldom. If your wife says that woman is a problem, don't think she's jealous. She's just telling you what she sees. It's not even jealousy. She's just telling you what she sees.
I think like women can snuff out woman with with ulterior motives. Men can sniff out men with ulterior motives as well. But I think that we're big enough now in terms of being adults to know when something is not okay.
Yeah.
And I think that sometimes we want to play the ignorant card because, no, I'm a Christian and those kind of things. You know, there is so many things that we can talk about and we can go into where you can see that those are danger signs. Like if someone looks at you in a certain way and you feel uncomfortable and you're thinking, okay, maybe it's just my imagination, maybe I'm reading more into it than I should. And then you let it go. And then the next time the person is doing the same thing. Why would you want to go on and on and on until the person's going to eventually kiss you? And even if they kiss you, then you say, oh no, I think it was nothing. You know, there was once a person that we knew, Pastor Marco and I knew, and I always used to say to Pastor Marco, this person makes me very uncomfortable. As soon as men think it's funny, but they start commenting on your body, that is a no-no. Why are you commenting on someone's body? It's not your business. You can't be looking at another man's wife and wanting to comment on her body and think that you think that it's an okay thing. Like, what kind of man thinks that way? What kind of woman comments on another man who is married on his body? Like, people like that already gives alarm bells off. So I used to say to Pastor Marco, and like, you know, we had to deal with things with a lot of wisdom and stuff. I used to say to Pastor Marco, this person, and I used to get rude with that person. And I know people would say, yeah, no, you're not really like that, PC. But I would get rude with that person because I was like, why are you so familiar with me? Like, if a man is very familiar with you, woman, why is he so familiar with you? Why does he think he can call you certain things and you are not correcting him? Then stay away from him. So those are the kind of things you need to look at, because there is just, you can pick it up, man. When there's certain familiarity that men have with women, and you know this is not your husband and whatever, you know that it's out of line. Stay away. There's familiarity that women will have. They will play like these playful games and stuff like that. You see, guys, I know a lot. Ek hou my baie dom, maar ek watch alles. I sit like I'm in the movies. I watch things carefully, very carefully. People over the years always thought that they had to tell me stuff. And then I just smiled and I'm like, no, I know. I watch everything. So
You watch me too.
I watch you very carefully.
Very good.
So those are things that are important. That when you feel that discomfort, when someone is familiar with you, why would you allow another man to be familiar with you? If you are a married man or a married woman, why are you allowing someone from an opposite sex to be familiar with you? You cut them immediately.
And when they hug you and they rub your back.
And you know when they come to
But
you,
not so on top, there,
yeah. And also,
at the bottom of the spine.
let us just talk about
Here it curves.
the hugging a bit. Let's talk about the hugging a bit. Also know how to hug men when you are hugging them. You don't go like it's wrestling, WWE, and you just, no.
Huh? And you what? How
You
you
just
make?
go like this, like it's WWE.
Like that.
Yeah, with your chest. You don't hug like that, woman. You must hug ordentlik, you know? Hug like a Christian hugs. Yeah, Vina, you know the truth. So have all of those kind of things in place. You can't be so familiar, and you can't allow the opposite sex to be familiar with you, because when you are allowing it, you create a door. And now you open the door, and then tomorrow you wonder, but why is this person doing that? So be very careful with those kind of things. Be careful. Know how to carry yourself when it comes to those kind of things. Because tomorrow, when they call you out and they say, but you were signaling me back. No, but I didn't know. We're telling you today. Have a side hug. Don't be in a place too long with the opposite sex where there's no people. You want to talk to them alone. Why are you talking to them alone? The whole community is here, maar jy wil in 'n hoekie gaan praat met 'n gentleman for what? What's wrong? In 'n hoekie vir eensames. Like, what's wrong with you? Why must you talk in places where nobody... You don't do that with the opposite sex. It's dangerous. Know how to behave as a woman. Because, you know what, Pastor Marco once said something to me.
What did
And
he
he
say?
said to me that, you know, there's one thing about men. He said you must just notice. A man can... Okay, I must say it nice. I can't say it like... Okay, you didn't say it ugly. Okay, I'm just going to say it. It's not necessarily that he said it like that. But men know when women are available.
Oh, yeah, I did say that.
Men know when he's dealing with a woman that's a lady versus a woman that's available.
Men discern or evaluate
The spirit.
your accessibility levels. Like this one is a 1, easy, that one's a 5, difficult or whatever. You get evaluated. And if enough men are seeing you as a 2, you must ask yourself questions. Why do all the men think this? It's and men talk among them. I know it's wrong. This is not about what is right or wrong. This is not about what... I'm not telling you what is right. It's wrong that the men talk. But I'm telling you, especially in the workplace, and I keep pushing that workplace, especially in the workplace, there are men who stand around having a smoke break discussing who is who and what is what and how we can.
Yeah,
Always.
yeah,
It's a reality.
yeah. You are... The women are graded based on accessibility.
They
It's
know.
an unfortunate thing, but it's true.
It happens. I want to talk about why these things happen. Or not a reason, one of the reasons, one of the potential reasons for things like this happening is guys and girls now. This is not girls or guys, this is guys and girls. You know, when you're in your 20s, everything is where it should be. You know, where you left it, everything is right. The curve is there, the flat is there, whatever must be flat is flat and whatever must be round is round.
Oh my word. You're funny. We're listening.
Like when you're in your 20s, right? Now, when you get older and you're in your 40s, 50s, whatever, now things are not where you left it. Up is down and down is up,
They run away a bit.
and things are not how it used to be. Now you start asking questions of yourself. Do I still have it? Because now your husband isn't saying you got it because your husband didn't notice that you got fat, by the way. your husband has no idea.
I watch soccer.
Yay, worry alien. But anyway, okay, let me be serious.
Oh my word.
But now you're worried because you look at yourself and you think, hey, something is wrong with me. And now you want validation. You need somebody to tell you that you...
Sexy.
Yeah, I was going to say hot, but we'll go with your word. Now you want validation. Because your husband doesn't want to give it, your wife doesn't want to give it. Now you go and enjoy it. And I'm using that word enjoy. Now you go and enjoy it from the work people, and they start saying the nice things that you want to hear, and you are sucking it up. You are loving it. You are encouraging it. You are just standing there and you say, stop it, I like it. You see? Do you see the problem?
Mm.
These things are so important for us. You know, your image of yourself and how you see yourself, it cannot be based on what other people think.
Mm.
You gotta get some sort of security.
Yeah.
You gotta get confidence. And dare I say, maybe I'm wrong with what I'm gonna say, but let me say it and then you guys can tell me if I'm wrong. You can't even base your self-image on what your wife thinks about you or what your husband says about you. You've got to have your self-image and your confidence in what God says about you and what you know about yourself.
Mm.
I can't be dependent on anyone for how I feel about me.
Mm.
God dictates who I am, and He decides what I am, and He decides how I feel about me.
Mm.
That's my view.
Mm.
Nobody has that power to make me feel any kind of way about
Yeah.
myself. Nobody.
Yeah.
I'll asign a big key. It's
Bietjie
all right.
wat?
You know,
Bietjie oulik.
yeah, let's go with Oluk.
Mm.
I like
Bietjie
that word.
oulik, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, there are things that, that's a bit more than it should be. But the point of the matter is, I can't give you that much power over me.
Mm.
Your opinion cannot control how I see myself.
Yeah.
It cannot. If I give you that amount of power over me,
Is that child okay?
what else can you do to me if you have that much power to affect how I feel about myself? I can't give you that power.
Yeah.
God alone has that power over me.
Yeah.
I'll say, julle nou wat?
I'll say, jy wat, my broer.
Okay, that's my opinion on self-image and how I see myself. God determines how I see myself. That's it. Finish and clear. If you don't like me, ask your nanas.
My word. You know, Caleb asked me a question one day. He said to me, Mommy, why do you wear makeup? You don't need it. Why do you want to dress up every day? Like, for what? For who? I said to him, for myself. I said to him, you know what? Marloretta brought me up in such a way where she said, you must look after yourself. And yes, there's seasons that you go through, maybe that you can't do all of those things, but I like nice things. I said to him, and that's part of my personality. I actually do like nice things. I like clothes and I like shoes and I like all of those things. And I said to him, and I have to take care of myself first, make sure that I'm happy with myself, because there's a standard that I have for myself. And then secondly, after that, you also have to look good for your spouse. So not that your spouse is defining you, but is there something on the inside of you that says, I want to look good for my husband? I want to look good for my wife. Like, if you are going to work and stuff, or you are dressing up, who are you dressing up for? Are you dressing up for yourself, or is it based on someone that gave you a compliment and now you're dressing up for them? There should be some way that you would want to look nice for your spouse. And my first thing is for myself, and that's why I said to Caleb now the other day, I said to him, as women, we can go to a woman's event and all the women would want to look just good. It's not about a opposite sex kind of thing. It's not about that. It's about you as a woman, you like to look good. But there should be something in you, not that it defines you, that also wants to look good for your spouse. I think that is good and it is healthy, because I would sort of think that if you don't want to look good for your spouse, then have you lost some interest in them? And I think that that's a real question to ask, because a lot of people dress up and they look good when they go to work. Is it for you? Is it for someone else's eyes? Is it for your husband? Who is it for?
You know what? We must talk about, but not tonight. We're
Okay,
going to have a whole
Mister.
seminar. Maybe you'll invite the people to the seminar. We've spoken quite a bit tonight about flirting. Those office flirtings and work wives. What about flirting in your marriage? How about, and there I freeze because you must come back for more in the seminar.
Which starts tomorrow at 7 p.m. If you need more details for our seminar, it is going to be on a virtual platform. Please, please, please inbox us on Innovation Church so we can give you the details. We're starting tomorrow. It's a 3-day seminar, and we will be touching on various topics. Myself and Pastor Marco will be lecturing throughout the seminar. It is 150 for singles and 300 Rand for couples. It is something that we are not saying married people only need. Single people need to be there as well, because you need to prepare for marriage and you need to know these things. And it's still going to get hot, 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 hot. So you need to be at the seminar and you need to come and join us tomorrow. Please do inbox us on Innovation Church. Please, 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 please. That is going to be something that you cannot miss. It's the talk of the town, eh?
Absolutely. Yeah, that is, they said I mustn't say R18. So what is it? PG18.
PG 18.
Yeah, R18 is the old style.
So there we can talk a little bit more openly, because obviously on TikTok there's a lot of things that you can't say.
Yeah.
So if you register with our seminar and you get all the details from Pastor Mandy, she's on here as well.
Yeah.
Please do send an inbox on Innovation. I'm going to say it again if you are not on this call, and come and join our seminar tomorrow night. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, enjoy tonight.
Enjoy tonight.
Married couples.
Ta-ta, ta-ta, ta-ta.
Bye, guys.
Have a great evening. Have a great evening. How do I switch this? Oh.
There.